Hey, John Hickok here. Just want to kind of update you guys on a few things. I've got a comedy show coming up. I'm going to be at Zanies on November 2nd, and it's in Nashville. There's several Zanies around the country. It's going to be the one in Nashville, Tennessee on November 2nd. I think the show starts, it's like around 7:30 or 8, something like that. You can check on the Zanies website. It's called it's like Dusty Slay's Grand Old Comedy Show, something like that. You guys can find it on the website, but the headliner is Dusty Slay. So if you see anything with Dusty Slay on November 2nd, that's the show right there. I'll be doing about 10 minutes on there. I think you guys will like Dusty. I'm not sure what other comics are on the show, but I'm sure they'll be okay. If they're not, you only have to see them for 10 minutes. Just like at my time. I'm sure we'll have a similar time, except for Dusty. His set will be a little longer, but you guys will like him. He's a touring guy. He's kind of based out of Nashville. You guys will like him a lot. I think he has some clips on YouTube too. Dusty Slay, Slay, spelled like it sounds. If you want to look him up or anything. But anyways, that's November 2nd, Zanies, Nashville. If you guys are in town around then, want to come check it out. I'd love to see you guys there. Also, while you guys are here, I might as well just tell you about some other things, I guess, that have been kind of just going on. I haven't posted a video for a little while. I don't like to do that. I don't like to go more than a week or two without posting a video. Ideally, I want to get to where I can post like 2 or 3 a week. I've been trying to get to that point, and I was starting to for a little while, but then, the baby came, and, things kind of, got really busy. But I'm trying to get back to that point. Things are starting to settle down a little bit. You guys that have kids out there know that having a newborn baby is quite a bit of a feat for sure. And he was also born 5 weeks early, so we got an extra month of the newborn phase, which was a lot of fun for sure. But no, it's been okay. It's been cool. It's been kind of fun. It's been a fun experience. It's one of those things that people like to knock. They're like, "Oh, don't have kids. You never get to do anything fun ever again." But it's yes and no. It's just a different type of a thing that's fun. It's neat. I've enjoyed it. Of course, you guys know his name is Davey. And a lot of you guys have been asking me too about what his first gun was going to be, because you guys know that Dad bought me a gun on my actual birthday, the day that I was born. He went out and bought me a gun, that Remington 22 long rifle, pump action. And well, unfortunately, it didn't exactly work out that way in this situation. For this generation, couldn't continue that tradition because he was born at like almost midnight. He was born at like around 11 o'clock at night or something like that. And we thought he was going to be born the next day, but it didn't work out that way. So I didn't have time to actually buy him a gun on his actual birthday. So that didn't work out, but he is going to have a gun very soon, and it is going to be a Colt single action. Dad did something really cool for all of us. He was able to get 3 Colt single actions, brand new ones made out of their custom shop, in all 3 barrel lengths, the 7.5, 5.5, and the 4 3/4. And Dad's going to take the long one. I'm going to take the short one because that's always been my favorite barrel length. And then Davey is going to get what's left. He's going to get the 5.5, which is a great one too. Those are kind of that's my second favorite barrel length, I think, in the Colt single action probably, and the long one being my least favorite. But that's one of Dad's favorites, so it kind of works out well that way. So that's going to be his first gun, and probably not the first gun he'll fire. I'll probably get him a 22, maybe for like his first 1-year-old birthday. I'll probably get him a 22. Probably go with kind of. So I was originally thinking I wanted to get him a lever action of some kind, lever action 22. Preferably not a Henry, even though those are good guns. Like a Marlin or something like that. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably get him some kind of lever action 22 when he turns 1, and that'll be the first gun he shoots. But it'll be special because that Colt will be, always be his first gun. And Dad kind of surprised me with that, and I didn't even know that whole thing was underway long before he was born. So he technically owned a gun before he was born, technically. So that's cool. I'm excited about that. We don't have them yet, but they should be coming in, at some point. You know how, it's Colt. Like it's gonna take some time, but I'm excited for that. What else? You guys are always asking me to have Doug Stanhope on the Comedian Shoot Machine Gun show. Well, I will say that I tried. I reached out to him. try to get him to come on the show. And I also have proof that I did this because he talked about it on his podcast. I think it's like, if you go to Doug Stanhope TV, I think that's his YouTube channel, and I believe it's episode like 169, something like that. And it's around the 1 minute, 1 hour, and like 12-minute, 13-minute mark, somewhere around there. It's like an hour and 13 minutes. He talks about like our entire email correspondence, and he wants to do the show. He just doesn't have time, and he just had surgery and stuff. And he's going to be in Nashville soon on a tour. So it's not going to work out anytime soon if it ever does work out. But hey, I tried. I emailed him, and I at least gave it the old college try. But I will say, and those of you that follow the John Hickok Facebook already know about this. I did have someone interesting on that show that you guys will be seeing hopefully by the end of this week, and that's Steve Jessup. So if you guys are aware of that guy, if you're not, just look him up. Type in Steve Jessup anywhere on the internet, and you'll find out who he is for sure. But that was fun hanging out with him. Shot some machine guns. Shot an MP5 SD with him, and that was a lot of fun. But hopefully, that show, I was going to try to make it like a once a month kind of thing, or maybe like a twice a month. But it's kind of expensive to make, and it requires a lot of organizing to put it together and everything. And it's going to be the kind of thing that I just kind of do when I have time, when I have a guest that I want to do it with. But if it catches on and people are really asking me for it a lot or something, I'll try to do more of them. But for now, I'll just kind of just do them kind of at my leisure, because they are fun. I think it's kind of a cool show. It's just I can only do so many things. The big thing I'm trying to get going again is the podcast. That's something that's been bothering me for a long time, is that I haven't been able to put those podcasts out. It's been forever since I put one out. And I have like 3 podcasts that are recorded, a video, I got everything, I need to for them to put them out. But I just haven't had the time to edit them. I've just been so busy lately. And it takes so long to edit them. I used to have an editor that I paid to do it, and that kind of fell apart. So it takes like 4 or 5 hours to edit the video together and all that. So eventually I'll get those done and get those out to you. But what I've been working on here lately is I've got a video switcher, and I've got some monitors and stuff hooked up to it, and I'm trying to get it set up to where I can live stream, or at least live record and edit the videos live, essentially. So there's no editing. It's just I have someone behind a desk, and they just pop the frames back and forth while the show is going on, and then once we're done talking, then there's the show, and I just put it out right away, and there's no delay, and I can schedule them more because it's not as much work for me in post-production and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not as tech savvy as some of you guys give me credit for, so I'm still trying to get that figured out and everything. Experimenting with different recording devices and trying to get it to my laptop to recognize it and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of a mess, but once I get it figured out, it's going to be great, I think, and I'll be able to do so many more podcasts. You guys are going to see a lot of Derek, and it's going to be great. I miss doing the podcast. They're so much fun. Something I've realized lately. So I'm trying to focus more on that soon once I get that figured out. So yeah, I'm going to try to keep cranking out the videos, and you guys asked me a lot about putting up clips of my stand-up and stuff, and I've explained this some to people in comments. I want to put some stuff out. I plan to put out some more of my bits and stuff, but I have to be careful about putting out too much of it, because if I put it all out there, it takes years to build an arsenal of material, and if you put it all out there, then no one's going to come to your show. So you kind of have to keep it to yourself, and it's something that you do live, and if you want to see it, you got to come to the show. It's just kind of how you do it. But I'm going to put some stuff out there. Some of you guys there's no way you'll ever be able to come to a show because you live too far away or don't have the time or whatever, and you're curious about what kind of jokes I do and stuff like that. So I want to put some of that out for you guys that want to see it. So look for that. I'm going to try to do that sometime soon. What else was I going to say? Oh, I got to, a lot of you guys comment about my Joe Rogan sticker on the microphone for the podcast and all, and I should have him on the show and stuff like that. He's way too famous for that, but I did get to meet him, down at the Laughing Skull in Atlanta, and that was really cool. I got really lucky and snagged tickets to see him there. The Laughing Skull is a comedy club in Atlanta. If you're not familiar with it, it's I think the smallest comedy club that's full time and has like big name acts like in the world. I think it's really cool, and I was lucky to get tickets to see him in such a small venue because he usually does really big places. So that was really cool, and I got to meet him after the show. And of course, I had to ask him if he had seen, the videos, if he knew about Hickok 45 and all that, because I knew he's kind of a gun guy and stuff, and he hadn't. So it just made for kind of an awkward, situation, because then I felt like I was trying to sell him on something, or, I knew that it wasn't going to go well if he didn't know about it, but I couldn't not ask him. It was one of those deals. But so it was a little awkward, but it was kind of cool to get to meet him, and super nice guy, really nice guy, for sure. So that was kind of neat. That was one of those things that was kind of on my bucket list to get to meet him. And let's see, went to the Iraq Veteran 88 shoot this past weekend. That was a lot of fun. Shot some cool stuff. Shot a Sega shotgun that was mounted up like an anti-aircraft gun. Shot some clay pigeons with that. Shot at them. I don't think I hit any with it. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to aim. I'm not good at that anyways. But that was fun, and I shot a full auto DDI AK, which those are neat, and shot some full auto mutants, the CMMG mutant, the gun where you guys have seen the video maybe on it, where it's kind of based on an AR-10, but it's chambered in the 7.62x39 and takes AK magazines. They had a bunch of full auto ones up there. That was fun. I learned a very valuable lesson, I will say that. If you're shooting a AR-15 chambered in 458 SOCOM that has a big scope on it, you might want to think about how close you get your face to it, because while it is an AR, it doesn't kick like an AR. That's for sure. So got popped a little bit in the head with a big scope on one of those things. But it was a lot of fun though. The 458 is a serious round, a weird looking little thing. I say little, it's a big honking round for sure, but it's kind of like a 45-70 as far as its power factor in a lot of ways. So it's kind of neat, and it's a weird thing to shoot an AR. It looks and feels like an AR, but it kicks like a 45-70, like a Marlin lever action, guide gun or something. It's really weird, but neat gun, and had a lot of fun down there, and try to keep cranking out the videos, and I'll talk to you guys later.